To you Pisces out there. So there's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website which has all the ways to financially support the channel, so I can most definitely keep the show going. So look, all right, Pisces. So you have the King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Tower. So these three cards right here for you Pisces, right? Let me take a step back. So I'm seeing how a lot of people really are regretting not being with you. So if any of you are crazy, let me show you why. If any of you crazy exes, or if you've been in any kind of crazy situations fairly recently, or not fairly recently, but the last relationship that you were in, they wish that you were back. King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Tower. They decided to go out there thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. And it's not. They know good and well that they like you, but they don't want to own up to it. They have a huge ego. They don't want to admit they actually do like you. They actually do want to be with you. So they tried to act like they were tough by trying to replace you. They had the mentality of, if I'm really in love with you, then I shouldn't be able to replace you. I should be able to keep you there. Well, they did try doing that. They actually tried. And that's one of the things that really got them messed up in the first place, because they really did try to play that game on you, Pisces. And the Tower represents, they learned something. And what it is that they learned, they can only learn from experience, because they were so hard-headed. They were so caught up with their own ego. They weren't going to learn unless life taught them a lesson. And the lesson that they learned is they shouldn't be playing games. They should be learning to appreciate you, Pisces, when you Pisces were really in your life. They shouldn't take anything for granted just in general, because they took you Pisces for granted. And look at and how it is that they ended up. They ended up playing themselves. And the Tower now represents, they had this realization like a flash of lightning. All of a sudden, they go from having this realization to now all of a sudden missing you quite a lot. Like, oh, my gosh, they really do want you Pisces back in their life. But they know that that's going to be easier said. They know that that's going to be easier said than done, because y'all two are not together. So instead of them playing their position the way that they could have from the very beginning, they decided that they wanted to play games. All of this ring around the world, or around the world in 80 days, all of it is them running away from their heart. Them not wanting to admit that they do want you around. You aren't replaceable. So now they have to trick themselves out of that. So then now the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Swords now is a representation about how it is that you, Pisces, you have other things to do. Hey, you have a life to live, as we all do. But the thing for you, Pisces, is that you, Pisces, aren't actually playing a game. You really mean it. You don't have to run away from your heart. That's not what it is that you, Pisces, are doing at all. You gave them a fair chance, and they wanted to play games with you. They wanted to waste your time. Even if they didn't necessarily want to waste your time, it still turned out like that anyway. I gotta clean these glasses. Anyway, it still turned out like them wasting your time anyway. Because here you, Pisces, were showing them attention, and then now all of a sudden they switch. Next thing you know, you, Pisces, are on the back burner. You don't know what happened. You don't know why it happened. And then now the Three of Swords now represents they now got to deal with the same kind of heartbreak that you dealt with, that you essentially got out of. They're experiencing that kind of heartbreak now. Your exes are. But the Seven of Pentacles represents they have to take that loss, Pisces. They have to take that loss. Because they now know what it's like to now want you, Pisces, back. Talking about the exes. So now the exes are like, okay, is it even possible for me to get the Pisces back? Or am I just playing myself in that? And the Hierophant and the Four of Swords now represents, it's over for you, Pisces, in the sense that you don't even want them back. They haven't necessarily quite made up their mind on whether or not they're going to come back, talking about the exes, but they're really thinking about it. It's just that you, Pisces, have actually decided to move forward. You, Pisces, don't want anything to do with them. Because the way that a lot of you, Pisces, is that you're compassionate now. And what I mean when I say compassionate is it's cool, calm. You're detached. You're not caught up with what it is that they've got going on. You're not caught up with that stuff. You're not caught up with the ideology of, you're not caught up with the ideology of getting revenge or needing to get revenge. The Hierophant is a person that understands that there's a whole spiritual world other than what it is that they see here. And that here, what it is that they see here is the physical world. And all of that is cool. All of that is cool. But even though I'm just thinking about something, but even though it's cool, you understand that there's a whole spiritual realm. Sorry, it just flashed me back to something else. I just thought of something completely differently. It just flashed me back, yo. And the Four of Swords represents they just don't understand. Your exes don't necessarily understand how different you really are. The Three of Cups now and the Page of Cups is about how it is that you, Pisces, you have a lot to celebrate. You don't have the stress that you did. A lot of you, Pisces, like I said, within the past couple of readings, you, Pisces, have been taking a spiritual journey. You are on a spiritual or a hero's journey. In other words, you, Pisces, are on a journey to redeem yourself. A lot of you got lost in the sauce a little bit, allowing people to determine for you your value, treat you like trash, disempower you. A lot of you, Pisces, allowed that for way too long. So now, right, I see a lot of you, Pisces, really wanting to redeem yourself. Have some sense of pride in your own self, self-respect. And one of the ways that you figured out that you had to get rid of the self-respect was you had to just get rid of seeking romantic interests for a while. Because too much romantic interest can actually be detrimental as well. Too much of anything is detrimental. Just like seeking out relationships, too much is a detrimental thing. Because people may not really understand, hey, it's quality over quantity. You can have a lot of people, on your roster and all of that, but over a certain amount of time, you're supposed to cut back as time goes on. You're not supposed to increase or try to maintain how many people you have. You're supposed to actually trail off, cut down. and eventually get to someone that's a perfect fit for you in particular. And the Three of Cups represents you, Pisces, feel so much better, so much more complete, so much more fulfilled with the idea that you don't have to deal with dysfunctional people. Somebody's constantly in your ear, getting on your nerves. No, a lot of you Pisces get a chance to hang out with your friends, enjoy yourself, do the things that you want. And the Page of Cups represents, while it is that your exes are off doing whatever it is that they want to do, they're doing their own thing. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Page of Cups. Five of Wands, King of Swords, Ace of Swords, Three of Cups. Three of Swords. So, to clarify the Page of Cups, the Five of Wands and the King of Swords right here represents how a lot of you Pisces have to, because you understand how difficult, is that my cat? Something around here? Anyway, you Pisces understand how difficult it is to be in a relationship nowadays. It's too demanding. It's too many people that have these exorbitantly sky-high expectations of what they want somebody else, or namely you, to do, right? But yet, when you look at it, what are they actually bringing to you? They're not bringing anything to you. Not a whole lot. They're not actually bringing anything to you, to the table at all. They're just essentially wasting your time. So now, you Pisces know that. But you're looking for quality over quantity. You have been for a while. But a lot of people, that's the one thing that you and Sagittarius have in common. Y'all share the planet Jupiter, for one. But for two, a lot of people have to get you. A lot of people have to run game. A lot of people have to like run an illusion. Bag you, right? Get you, right? Get you to be fooled or confused as to what's going on. But now a lot of you Pisces are seeking to get rid of that confusion and have your life actually make some sort of sense, where it really does make sense what happened. Now all of a sudden, those same people that thought that, tried to play those games, those exes that thought that you were replaceable, totally switched. They enjoyed having you come to them because of their own insecurity. They didn't want you Pisces to actually go anywhere. But now the shoe is on the other foot. Now you Pisces are like, you know what? There's no point in trying to convince someone to stay. How are you going to convince someone to stay? It is what it is. The Ace of Swords and the Three of Cups now represents how a lot of you Pisces, however, you have found that level of self-respect that you are looking for. And you can actually enjoy your life way more when you are around your friends or your family members, or the people who do not run all them types of stupid, nonsensical games on you. You actually do feel happy, joyful, grateful that you get a chance to actually spend time with them and enjoy yourself with them. Three of Swords. And that type of mentality of woe is you is behind you. That's something more that the other person has to go through. The other person has to go through. Because they perceive you, they've always perceived you, the ex has always perceived you, Pisces, as people who ultimately can attract anybody. But they need to get you to be distracted with chasing them. That's what a lot of their time is occupied with. See, I've said this before, Pisces, and I'm going to say it again. You can't serve two masters. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be constructive and run game at the same time. Can't do it. Why? Because a lot of time is going to be wrapped around trying to have someone be interested and to keep them, right? Retention, right? To constantly keep them coming back for more, wanting more. So they don't know how to keep you around. All it is that you Pisces wanted, because you didn't even want much. All it is that you Pisces wanted was some love. And for them to actually be intellectually honest. And for them to actually, show you that they're upstanding. Have some form of work ethic. Because Pisces people, take off the glasses, Pisces people are some of the hardest working people that I've ever known in my entire life. Trust me. I see it. I got a mom and a sister who are both Pisces, 2 weeks apart from each other as far as birthdays. And some of the hardest working people in general that I've ever seen in my entire life. That's what it is. That's what happens when people don't take you seriously. And that's what happens when people don't actually understand your value. And a lot of you Pisces don't get the value that you deserve.